Most men believe they lose women because they aren't rich enough, confident enough, or attractive enough. But what if I told you that none of those are the real reasons? What if the real reason women pull away, lose attraction, or emotionally shut down has nothing to do with your looks, your money, or your status? What if it's something you were never taught? Because no one ever taught men how women actually feel, how they decide to trust, or what makes them open their heart or close it forever. Men were taught how to win the world, but not how to win emotional safety, not how to build trust, not how to understand the silent moments where relationships are either saved or lost. And that's why good men lose great women without ever understanding why. In this video, you're going to learn what 90% of men never discover. Not manipulation, not pickup tricks, not surface level advice, but the real psychology behind attraction, emotional safety, trust, and commitment. This is the man's guide to women, not as theory, but as transformation. And it starts with the truth that changes everything. You're watching Gang Readers, where we read between the lines of the world's most thought provoking books. Hit the subscribe button if you are ready to think different. The truth about women that men were never taught in the journey of every man's life. There comes a point where strength, ambition, and success no longer answers the deeper questions. A point where winning the world is not enough because he still struggles to understand the one connection that shapes his life the most: women. For decades, men have been taught how to build muscles, build careers, build status, but not how to build a connection. No one taught men how women think. No one explained what women need to feel safe. No one revealed how trust is built or destroyed. No one showed men how a woman decides whether to open her heart or shut down forever. And so, generation after generation, men walked boldly into life, but blindly into relationships. That ends today. This is The Man's Guide to Women, not just as a book, not just as a theory, but as a transformation for your life. You will learn how women feel, think, and choose, how attraction truly works, how emotional safety is created, how trust is earned, what makes a woman give her deepest love, what makes her lose respect, and what makes her stay, grow, and commit for life. This is not manipulation. This is not pickup advice. This is wisdom, backed by science, psychology, and thousands of real couples. You are about to learn what 90% of men never discover. But first, we must begin with the universal truth, the foundation of a woman's heart. A woman's emotional world is built on one element: safety. Emotional safety is not a luxury for her, it is oxygen. A woman cannot love freely until her heart feels protected. She cannot open deeply until she senses consistency. She cannot surrender emotionally until she feels a man's presence as stable and grounding. Women fall for many things, but they stay for one thing: peace. Peace is the highest form of masculine strength. It is not loud, it is not aggressive, it is not controlling. Peace is presence expressed through calmness, reliability, and emotional maturity. The silence between her words. In every relationship, there is a language far deeper than words, a language spoken through pauses, breaths, glances, and silences. Women communicate through emotional signals, and a man must learn to listen beyond what is spoken. A woman often reveals the truth of her heart in the moments when she says nothing at all. Silence is not absence, it is emotional information. It tells you when she feels safe, when she feels unsure, and when she needs you to step closer. The cinematic truth is simple: a woman's silence is rarely empty, it is full of meaning. The weight of a woman's trust. Trust is not a gift she gives once, it is a delicate structure built slowly, layer by layer, through your actions, your consistency, and your presence. Women trust emotionally, not logically. And emotional trust is earned through emotional discipline. When you keep your word, her heart relaxes. When you apologize with sincerity, her walls lower. When you show up consistently, she begins to open the deepest parts of her soul. This is not weakness, it is her greatest strength, her ability to love with her entire being. Your responsibility is to protect that trust with the same dedication she uses to give it. The moments that shape her heart. A woman does not fall in love in one moment. She falls in love in many moments: small moments, quiet moments, subtle moments. The moment you listen without interruption. The moment you stay calm when she is overwhelmed. The moment you notice something about her no one else sees. The moment you choose patience over pride. These moments become the emotional architecture of the bond she builds with you. And in these moments, she decides whether she can trust you with her future. The soft places she hides. There are corners of a woman's soul she shows only to a man who makes her feel completely safe. These are the quiet places, the soft places, the fragile places she guards from the world. She hides them behind her strength, her independence, her busy days, her practiced smile, her ability to carry others even when she is tired herself. But inside her, there is a softness few will ever touch, a softness made of dreams she never voiced, fears she never named, memories that still ache, hopes she barely admits exist, and a desire to be understood without needing to explain everything. A woman reveals these soft places only when she feels emotionally protected, not because she is weak, but because her softness is sacred. When a woman trusts you with the parts of herself she usually hides, you are no longer simply a man in her life. You become a home, a place where she can collapse, breathe, and be held without needing to be strong for the world. And this is the beginning of real intimacy. The way a woman falls in love. A woman falls in love slowly and all at once. She does not fall in love through logic. She does not fall in love through calculations. She falls in love through moments. Little, quiet, simple moments. Moments like when you listen without distraction, when you look at her like she's the only one in the room, when you remember small details she didn't think mattered, when your voice softens because she's upset, when you make her laugh on a day she feels heavy, when you speak to her in a tone that tells her she is safe. These moments are love's fingerprints. They mark her heart long before she realizes she's falling. A woman does not give her love suddenly. She gives it slowly, layer by layer, piece by piece, like the petals of a rose unfolding at dawn. She gives it when she sees who you are when you're tired. She gives it when she sees who you are when you're angry. She gives it when she sees who you are when you have nothing to prove. She gives it when she sees who you are when the world is not watching. Love for a woman is not a choice she makes with her mind. It is a surrender she gives with her soul. and she gives it fully only when she believes, my heart is safe with you. What her heart hears before her ears. Words matter, but tone matters more. A woman hears your tone before she hears your sentence. She hears your intention before she hears your idea. She hears your emotion before she hears your explanation. To a woman, tone is truth. If your words say, I care, but your tone says, I'm irritated, her heart will believe the tone. If your words say, I'm listening, but your tone says, I'm tired of this, her heart will believe the tone. If your words say, I love you, but your tone is cold, rushed, or distant, her heart will feel unloved. Women feel emotional honesty not through what you say, but through how you say it. A warm tone is safety. A gentle tone is intimacy. A soft tone is affection. A steady tone is reliability. A calm tone is leadership. The most romantic truth is this: a woman falls in love with the way a man speaks to her, not the vocabulary, not the complexity, not the poetry. Your tone can heal her. Your tone can open her. Your tone can comfort her. Your tone can calm her storms. But the warmth of his voice and the intention behind his words, a woman listens with her heart, not her ears. The unseen ways she checks if you love her. A woman rarely asks directly, do you love me? She already knows the words. What she needs to feel is the truth behind them. So she checks in quieter ways, ways you may not recognize unless you know how a woman's heart speaks. She checks for love when she asks, did you eat? Are you okay? Did you reach safely? Are you stressed? These are not random questions. They are emotional fingerprints, small touches of care revealing her attachment. She checks for love when she becomes distant for a moment, not to test your loyalty, but to see if you notice, to see if you care enough to reach out. She checks for love when she shares something small, something subtle, something emotional. She wants to see, will you listen? Will you understand? Will you protect what she reveals? She checks for love in the details you think don't matter, because to her, they are everything. The part of her you must never touch with anger. Every woman carries a part of herself that is more fragile than she appears. She may be strong, independent, capable, confident, resilient, even fierce. But inside her, there's always a place that is tender, a place that formed long before you came into her life, a place shaped by childhood memories, old heartbreaks, past disappointments, moments she survived but still carries, words that hurt but were never healed. This is the part of her heart you must never touch with anger. Because when a woman loves, she lets you into the softest corner of her soul. It is a privilege, a sacred trust, a silent invitation to protect what others have broken. When a man speaks harshly, when he uses anger as a weapon, when his tone becomes sharp or cold, he does not wound her temporarily. He wounds the part of her that trusted him the most. She may forgive quickly, but she never forgets how you made her feel in that moment of vulnerability. A man who protects her heart even when he is angry, that man becomes irreplaceable because she knows he would never destroy me to win a moment. And that is the kind of love women give their entire soul to. The way she loves when she feels cherished. When a woman feels cherished, not just loved, but cherished, she transforms. She becomes softer, more affectionate, more expressive, more nurturing, more emotionally open. Her laughter becomes freer. Her eyes shine more brightly. Her presence feels warmer. Her voice becomes sweeter. Her love flows more generously. A cherished woman loves like a sunrise, slowly at first, then all at once, filling your world with light you didn't know you were missing. She will cook for you, even when she's tired, check on you, even when she's overwhelmed, support your dreams, even when hers feel far away, stand beside you in storms, uplift your spirit when you fall, and love you in ways you didn't know were possible. Because a woman does not fall in love with your perfection. She falls in love with how you make her feel. Cherish her. And she becomes your peace, your comfort, your loyalty, your inspiration, your fire, your home. When a woman feels cherished, she does not love like the woman you met. She loves like the woman you've always hoped for. When she feels safe enough to be herself, a woman becomes her true self only around the man who feels like home. Before that, she is cautious, soft but guarded, warm but watchful, present but protected. She reveals herself slowly, the real laugh, the real thoughts, the real fears, the real desires, the real dreams, the real fire inside her. A woman becomes authentic when she no longer fears being judged for who she truly is. And when she feels safe with you will see her playful side, silly side, ambitious side, vulnerable side, feminine side, emotional side. She stops performing. She stops pretending. She stops hiding. She simply becomes her. This is the most beautiful moment in a relationship. Not when she loves you, but when she trusts you enough to show you the parts of herself she hides from the world. A woman becomes her softest self with the man who feels like home. The moment she decides to stay, love does not make a woman stay. Consistency does, presence does, respect does, emotional safety does. A woman decides to stay not because you're handsome or charming or charismatic or successful. She stays because it feels right in her soul. She stays when your intentions are clear, your heart is steady, your words match your actions, your presence makes her feel valued, your energy brings her peace, your consistency erases her fears. There is always a moment, silent, internal, unseen, when a woman finally says to herself, yes, this is my person. It's not dramatic, it's not loud, it's not cinematic on the outside, but inside her heart, it is everything. That moment is sacred. And once she chooses you like this, she loves deeply, fully, and fiercely. When her emotions are not about you, a woman is emotional not because she is unstable, but because she feels life more deeply than men do. Sometimes she gets quiet, and it has nothing to do with you. Sometimes she seems distant, and it's not about the relationship. Sometimes she needs space, not because she wants to leave, but because she needs to breathe. A woman carries the weight of her day, the emotions of others, the expectations placed on her, the pressure she puts on herself. Sometimes her heart is simply full. Sometimes her thoughts are overstimulated. Sometimes she is overwhelmed by everything she holds inside. Your job is not to fix her. Your job is to be present, gentle, patient, stable. Say things like, I'm here. You're not alone. Take your time. Talk when you're ready. A woman remembers forever the man who stayed calm when her world felt chaotic. How she knows you're the right man. A woman knows you're the right man, not by what you promise, but by how you make her feel. She pays attention to how your eyes look at her, how your voice speaks to her, how your presence affects her mood, how you respond when she's emotional, how you act when you're frustrated, how you behave when no one is watching. She watches your consistency, kindness, honesty, touch, tone, patience. A woman knows you're her person when her soul relaxes around you, her heart trusts you, her mind stops overthinking, her body feels safe near you, her emotions feel understood by you, her life feels better with you in it. You don't become her right man by being perfect. You become it by being present. The way she loves when you love her right. A woman who is loved right loves like no one else. She loves with devotion. She loves with warmth. She loves with intention. She loves with emotion. She loves with her entire being. When she feels valued, she becomes supportive. When she feels prioritized, she becomes loyal. When she feels safe, she becomes soft. When she feels desired, she becomes radiant. When she feels understood, she becomes expressive. When she feels cherished, she becomes the kind of woman men write poetry about. A woman's love is not small. It is not shallow. It is not temporary. It is deep. It is powerful. It is life changing. Love her right, and she becomes your peace, your fire, your comfort, your motivation, your softness, your strength, your home. The way she breaks when she feels unloved. A woman does not break loudly. She breaks quietly. She does not fall apart in a dramatic, cinematic moment. She falls apart in the small ways, the ways only a man who truly loves her will notice. A woman breaks when she stops explaining what's wrong, she stops repeating what hurts, she stops asking for effort, she stops expecting change, she stops initiating affection, she stops expressing emotion. A woman's silence is not peace, it is exhaustion. When a woman feels unloved, she tries at first. She over explains, she overthinks, she overgives. But when she realizes she's alone in the relationship, she withdraws into herself, not to punish you, but to protect herself. A man who loves her will never let her reach that point. He will see the early signs. He will feel the subtle distance. He will hear the emotions she isn't saying. And he will step toward her before her heart gives up. The kind of touch that makes her feel alive touch is a language, and women understand it better than words. A gentle touch on her back, and she feels safe. A soft touch on her face, and she feels adored. A slow hand through her hair, and she feels cherished. Touch can say, I'm here. I want you. You matter to me. You're mine. You're safe with me. The right touch calms her storms. The right touch melts her stress. The right touch awakens her femininity. The right touch deepens her desire. There are touches that pull her closer and touches that pull her soul open. A woman remembers the man whose touch made her feel seen, not just touched. A woman's body responds to love, but her heart responds to intention. Your touch is not about passion alone, it is about connection, presence, emotion, energy. Touch her with intention, and you will touch parts of her no man has ever reached. Why she needs your reassurance? A woman asks for reassurance not because she is insecure, but because she cares. She needs reassurance when she feels stressed, she feels distant, she feels unimportant, she feels disconnected, she feels unheard, she feels overwhelmed. Reassurance calms the emotional storms inside her. It anchors her heart. It stabilizes her fears. It reminds her she's not alone in the relationship. You reassure her by saying, I'm not going anywhere. We're good. You're important to me. I love you. I choose you every day. You matter. But more importantly, you reassure her by doing, showing up, being consistent, staying calm, listening, being present, loving softly. To a woman, reassurance is emotional oxygen. It keeps the relationship breathing. A woman who feels reassured loves fearlessly. The emotional intimacy she craves. Women crave emotional intimacy before physical intimacy. Emotional intimacy is feeling seen, feeling heard, feeling understood, feeling prioritized, feeling valued, feeling emotionally connected. When emotional intimacy is strong, her desire for physical intimacy grows naturally. A woman opens her body fully only when her heart feels safe. When you listen deeply, speak softly, love consistently, show appreciation, connect emotionally, make her feel cherished, she becomes emotionally open. And emotionally open women love with a passion that cannot be faked. Emotional intimacy is the fire behind feminine desire. How she loves when you see her soul. Most men see a woman's beauty. A few see her personality. But only one man sees her soul. She loves that man differently. When you see her soul, you see her dreams, her wounds, her strength, her softness, her fire, her fears, her hopes. You see the woman she hides from the world. You see the woman inside the woman. And when a woman feels that a man truly sees her, not just her smile, not just her body, not just her surface, she gives him a version of love that no other man has ever experienced. A soul deep love, a lifetime love, a love that grows stronger the more you honor her heart. Seeing her soul is the most romantic thing you will ever do. The language of her eyes. A woman's eyes speak long before her lips do. Her eyes tell you when she feels adored, when she feels hurt, when she feels seen, when she feels misunderstood, when she feels loved, when she feels alone. When she looks at you with warmth, she's silently saying, I trust you. I feel safe with you. When her eyes dim slightly during a conversation, it means something you said brushed against her heart the wrong way. When she looks away while talking, it is not disinterest, it is vulnerability. When she stares at you quietly, she is memorizing the moment, the feeling, the man. A woman's eyes are a window to the emotional atmosphere inside her. When you learn to read them, you will understand her in ways she could never explain in words. When she loves you, loudly and softly, a woman loves in different ways, depending on how safe she feels. She loves loudly when she is excited, long messages, spontaneous affection, deep conversations, huge smiles, playful energy, emotional enthusiasm. She loves softly when she feels vulnerable. Gentle touches, warm glances, quiet closeness, thoughtful small acts, long hugs, soft, I miss you moments. Both are love. Both are her heart speaking. A woman's love has many colors, some bright, some calm, some fiery, some quiet. But all of them are beautiful when you are the man she trusts. The fears she hides behind her smile. Even the strongest woman has fears she hides behind her smile. She fears losing someone she loves deeply, not being enough, being misunderstood, being abandoned emotionally, being taken for granted, giving her all to someone who gives little back, opening her heart to someone who won't protect it, repeating a past heartbreak. She hides these fears behind her confidence, her independence, her strength, her maturity, her calm tone, her collected behavior. A woman does not hide her fears because she wants to be mysterious. She hides them because she wants to be strong. But the man who gently sees the fears behind her strength, the softness behind her bravery, the vulnerability behind her smile, that is the man she gives her soul to. How she knows you love her. A woman knows you love her, not by what you say, but by what she feels. She knows you love her when your tone softens around her, your eyes shift when she enters the room, you check on her without being asked, you listen even when you're tired, you remember the little things, you make time even on busy days, you apologize without ego, you touch her gently, you speak to her kindly, you protect her emotions, you choose her in small ways every day. She does not measure love by grand gestures. She measures it by consistency, by presence, by effort, by energy. Love is not what you tell her. Love is what you show her, what she gives to the man who loves her right. A woman gives differently when she feels deeply loved. She gives her loyalty. She gives her affection. She gives her time. She gives her support. She gives her patience. She gives her softness. She gives her passion. She gives her vulnerability. She gives her entire heart. A loved woman becomes the warmth in your home, the peace in your storm, the comfort in your hardest days, the energy behind your dreams, the softness you return to, the devotion you feel even in silence. A woman who feels loved right returns that love tenfold. She loves like a sunrise, illuminating everything around you. She loves like a poem, soft but powerful. She loves like a promise, quiet but unbreakable. She loves like a home, warm, grounding, yours, the soul connection. She longs for a woman, does not want just a partner. She wants a soul companion, someone who understands her inner world, not just her outer beauty. A soul connection is when your silence feels comfortable to her, your presence calms her spirit, your touch speaks louder than words, your energy feels familiar, your conversations feel natural, your intentions feel safe, your heart feels aligned with hers. This connection is rare, rare enough that when she finds it, she values it with her entire being. A soul connection is not about perfection, it's about emotional resonance. When two energies align in honesty, vulnerability, and safety, they form a bond that time cannot weaken. A woman does not stay because she must. She stays because her soul recognizes yours. How she feels when you choose her daily. A woman does not need grand gestures. She needs daily choosing. Choosing her looks like checking in, listening, showing up, giving effort, offering kindness, staying consistent, being tender, making her feel important, keeping your tone gentle, loving her even on hard days. A woman thrives under daily love. It is the small gestures, the quiet moments, the tiny acts of care that build her trust, deepen her affection, and open her heart more each day. When you choose a woman daily, she becomes a version of herself that is blooming, soft, radiant. Because love to a woman is not a moment, it is a lifestyle. The part of her heart she gives only once, women have a sacred place inside them where their deepest love lives. It is tender, it is vulnerable, it is powerful, it is real. This part of her heart is not given to every man. It is not given twice. It is not given lightly. She gives this part of herself only when She feels emotionally secure. She feels fully accepted. She feels deeply understood. She feels safe being imperfect. She feels chosen consistently. She feels cherished. She feels protected emotionally. When a woman gives this sacred part of her heart, she is giving her forever self, the version of her that loves endlessly, forgives gently, supports passionately, stays loyally, dreams openly, surrenders emotionally. If a man protects this sacred place, he will receive a lifetime of devotion. If he damages it, she never loves the same again. What makes her love deepen over time? Love does not fade with time, it fades with neglect. But when a woman is loved correctly, her love deepens month after month, year after year. Her love deepens when your effort stays consistent, your affection stays warm, your communication stays honest, your tone stays gentle, your presence stays steady, your trust stays strong, your growth continues as a man. A woman's love is not static. It grows, it expands, it matures, it strengthens. Every day you love her with intention is a day her soul ties itself closer to yours. Deep love is built in the simple, quiet, daily moments that most men overlook. But you are not most men. The kind of man who wins a woman's soul. Not every man wins a woman's body. Fewer win her heart. Almost none win her soul. But the man who wins her soul is unforgettable. He is the man who understands her emotions, respects her strengths, protects her vulnerabilities, speaks with warmth, listens with presence, loves with depth, chooses her daily, leads with calmness, apologizes with sincerity, grows with intention, stays consistent, communicates openly, makes her feel cherished, earns her trust. The man who wins a woman's soul does not dominate her. He inspires her. He does not control her. He grounds her. He does not demand loyalty. He receives it naturally because a woman gives her soul to the man whose love feels like home and whose presence feels like destiny.